how'd you do? I see you've met my faithful handyman. He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the candy man. Don't get strung up by the way I look. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Let me show you a rhyme and maybe play you a sign. You look like you're both pretty groovy. Or if you want something visual that's not too abysmal, we could take in an old Steve Reeves movie.
I'm glad we caught you at home. Could we use your phone? We're both in a bit of a hurry.
Right.
We'll just say where we are, then go back to the car. We don't want to be any worry.
Well, you got caught with a flat world. How about that? Well, babies, don't you panic. By the light of the night, it'll all seem alright. I'll get you a satanic mechanic. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Why don't you stay for the night? Or maybe a bite. I could show you my favorite obsession. I've been making a man with blonde hair and a tan, and he's good for relieving my tension. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Hey, I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. So, come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation. But maybe the rain is really to blame. So I'll remove the cause. But not the symptom.
Why did you leave me?
I realized I'm a lesbian hunter.
This is the tale of the lesbian hunter. Rage in her eyes, never mercy ever was there. Love is love, all the villagers cheered, but grave in her eyes was queer. The banished man and the archers fought as the might of the hunter was too tall. She laid the field with the soldiers past as no one stood a chance. Here comes the hunter with a terrible quest to banish their pride with a pain in her chest. This is the tale of the lesbian fight, and nobody else did the challenge of spite her. But then one night in a tavern's light, the next victim in sight. Her name was Rose from the elvish lands, the hunter's sword in both her hands. And just as she let her sword arise, she looked right in her eyes. Here comes the hunter with a terrible quest to banish their pride with a pain in her chest. Here comes the hunter, but the pain in her heart had suddenly stopped as a shadow had part. This is the tale of the lesbian lovers. Dropped her sword and saw all of the colors. Helped Rose up from the dusty ground and reveled in what she found. Here comes the hunter with a terrible quest to banish their pride with a pain in her chest. Here comes the hunter, but the pain in her heart had suddenly stopped stopped as it shattered apart. Here comes the hunter with a terrible quest to banish their pride with a pain in her chest. Here comes the hunter with a pain in her heart, and suddenly stopped as it shattered apart. This is the tale of the lesbian lovers. Dropped her sword and saw all of the colors. Helped rose up from the dusty ground and reveled in what she found.
We shall defend our island. We shall never surrender.
The deadliest weapon is the art of surprise. You get no warning, we just drop from the skies. You better watch out now, I'm telling you, sister, for the blood-sucking monsters in the flying saucers. We're under attack from the upper quarter. Watch out for your sister, your mother and your daughter.
What's the government doing? Nothing, it's a fucking disgrace.
Lesbian vampires from outer space. They push you to the ground, you're lying in the mud. They bite your neck and they'll drink your blood. You're lying there alone, trying to catch your breath, trying to cancel your appointment with the angel of death. We're under attack from the upper quarter. Watch out for your sister, your mother and your daughter.
What's the church doing? Nothing, it's a fucking disgrace.
Lesbian vampires from outer space.
We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender.
Now if you're a man, you're pretty safe from them. They're after your women, they don't want your men. But that don't mean that it's safe to walk the streets. 'Cause the gay boy vampires are coming next week. We're under attack from the upper quarter. Watch out for your sister, your mother and your daughter.
Got a grant from the council, it's a fucking disgrace.
Lesbian vampires from outer space.